Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll start this drive with a pass. Going to try to get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Looking for room. It's Young. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position, so his ability to track the ball.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to take off. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Iowa's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, this defense received a lot of well-earned accolades after registering 4 sacks last week. They've put everybody on notice, and they're doing it again here early, already registering a sack in this one.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and take it back. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not
going to let it fly. And they can't hook off, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Power football with the run. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, they're after him. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Punt is in the air on fourth down. On his way back from the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here come the Irish back on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
A nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
Well, the bad news on that play is they did not get the first down. The good news, though, luckily, the fumble went out of bounds, so they maintained possession because that could have been disastrous for the offense.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. Snagged in the middle, it's Hunter. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touchdown, Notre Dame! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? He'll try to tack on one more.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14. There he goes! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Hawkeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. Makes the catch. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they work.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, we've got a winner in the battle of the Willamette Valley between Oregon and Oregon State. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the Elcom. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the defense got really lucky there. I don't know if there was a coverage bust or what. There is no way that receiver should have been that wide open. Lucky for the defense, though, he puts it on the ground.
Big cover by the defense, and he's off. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll put it in play from the 27. First down. Wants to go up top on first down. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football. And
touchdown, Iowa! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the first half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the second half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a two-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best.
Turning it on! Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. At the 45, on its way. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on first and 10. He'll do it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the big fella's gathering steam. Defense has it. They're on the move. He's at the 10.
free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, what a game this guy's been having, living in the opponent's backfield. Already has 2 sacks in the game, and now he gets a TFL. He is so athletic, so quick twitch, so slippery, they just can't block him.
Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Takes a handoff. It's Young. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They go right back to it. Still on his feet at the 40. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Irish will need to move the sticks on third and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on third down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks it, gets a huge third down conversion for this offense.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And this is so frustrating late in the game when you got to get the football back and you can't stop them. My goodness, this drive's been going play after play after play. This defense has got a
Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
He's going to fire deep. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Hawkeyes in the hurry up. Second down, he'll throw it. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. Can't find his man. It'll be... complete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The give is to Williams.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Right back to the well. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. Not much much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They want to continue this long drive. 9th play coming. It's 3rd and 5. Off the boot, looking for his man. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's Jackson. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very important.